Question et commentaire, l'honorable député de Lac-Saint-Jean.
The honourable member for Lac-Saint-Jean. Well, Mr. Speaker, I can't wait for Quebec to become a country, so I'd no longer have to hear these three federalist parties arguing between themselves. I guarantee that it'll happen one day. Now, there is something I agree with in my colleague's speech. Yes, it is indecent that they are trying to change the date of the election, especially with this very surreal justification. They're saying they're changing the date because there's a religious holiday that day. Mr. Speaker, there are many religious holidays because there are many days in the year and many religions. We can't go around just using that as an excuse. Really, this is just to let some members lay hands on their pension. So does my colleague find it as indecent as I do to mix up election dates and religion?
Well, Mr. Speaker, what I find really shocking, this government, is that it's prepared to Mickey Mouse around and gerrymander our election laws to favor themselves and go so far as to actually try to protect, invest the pensions of MPs that wouldn't qualify otherwise. There's a very easy way of fixing this, Mr. Speaker, and that is for the Prime Minister to go to the polls. Call an election right now. See if they can back up their words. You know and I know that they will never call an election now because they know they are going to lose because of their disastrous record. As I said in my speech, I'm prepared to put up our plan for the economy, our plan for our country, how we unite Canada up against their disastrous plan any day.
Questions and comments? The honourable member for Nanaimo-Ladysmith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to congratulate the member from Abbotsford for a very long career as he spoke about representing constituents of Abbotsford. Now, I want to share with the member from Abbotsford that I have some great news. We've been talking about this from the onset of C-65. I will be putting forward an amendment to change that date back to the original date so that this is no longer a question. Now, we've made this very clear. The Liberal minister has made it clear that he would follow the will of the committee. The Conservatives are against it, the Bloc are against it, the NDP are against it. This is no longer part of this legislation that we need to be worrying about. Now, will the member be sharing this with his constituents in Abbotsford so that they can also share the good news?
The honourable member for Abbotsford.
So now what the NDP, which is part of this disastrous coalition, is saying, trust us. At committee, we'll fix this, but in this House, let's let it go ahead. Let these pensions vest in MPs that are not going to get elected and shouldn't have these pensions vest. She's asking me, well, you know, what if we fix this at committee? Would you support it? Listen, if this change had not come along, we as Conservatives would be very happy. Leave the fixed election date as it is. But I'm not prepared to any longer accept trust us as being the mantra coming from the Liberal NDP coalition.